So to create a magnificent chicken tikka masala, a hot one, for one person in 30 minutes, you will need the following, and I will tell you them in order that they go into the pan as well. You'll need one small onion, chopped, half a celery stick, again chopped, a quarter of a red pepper, or you can have green pepper, chopped, 2 garlic cloves ready to go into here, which is a chopping machine, an inch of garlic with the skin taken off like this, 2 finger chilies here chopped, all the insides in as well, apart from the ends, chop the top and the tail off. So 2 of them. Obviously you'll need some oil for the pan. Oh, chicken, forgot the main ingredient here. And it goes over there somewhere. Right. So yes, 1 chicken breast chopped. I haven't done it yet because I've forgotten, never mind. You want a teaspoon of honey, teaspoon of mango chutney, a couple of splashes of Tabasco, tablespoon of garam masala, tablespoon of turmeric, teaspoon of chili powder. I've got the mild one there, but you can have the hot one. A teaspoon of coriander ground, or you can put it in fresh. Little sprinkling of parsley. Then you will need 200 grams of passata, or half a tin of chopped tomatoes, a squirt of tomato puree, I would say a teaspoon of double cream at the end, and obviously you want the rice, however much you like the rice, and keep some corn flour handy in case it's too liquidy after you've done it, there's too much liquids in it, and this will thicken it up. And then a bit of salt and pepper, and a bottle of wine. I do put a bit of white wine in there as well. So that's the ingredients that you'll need. Remember, you need a chopper, or if you haven't got a chopper, it just means you'll have to chop up the garlic and the ginger yourself with a knife. But I find it easier just to put them in. You know, obviously I need to peel these garlics, and then I just chop that in half and I put it all in, and you'll see it in a minute anyway. Okay, so here's the method. Okay, so method. Don't keep the oil right next to the pan. I always use a wok because you get a lot more in it. It's a lot easier to cook in. So put the wok on a high heat, and then put a dash, a little bit of olive oil. First, we're going to soften up these vegetables, and I always do it this way. Start just with the onion, sorry. This is a small onion chopped up into small pieces. And you leave the onions in there for 2 to 3 minutes. It does just depend on, you know, the type of onion you've got and how good your cooker is and how good your wok is. I mean, this is a brand new cooker. It's a Range Master. And you had it put in a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, 2 to 3 minutes to do the onions, and then what you do then is you then add in the pepper, the chilies, and the celery. And what I do as well, once the onions start sort of sizzling, I turn it down to a low heat because you don't want to burn the onions. What I do as well is I'm a little bit fussy about some of the onions, so sometimes I flick out the ones that I don't want. You know, like when you get the where's an onion?
Like, you know, when you get the bits that are sort of here, right in the middle, you know, and there was any in there at the moment actually. But yeah, so whilst I'm waiting for that, yeah, I always flick out the ones that I don't want. Or these little ones like this, right? I don't know how good you can see that on the camera, but it's like the, it needs to be under the light. You know, it's like the very outside, the very top crusty bit of the onion. And I don't like those either. Oh dear me. So yeah, so 2 to 3 minutes. And then you can already feel the onions have softened a little bit, but we're leaving the onions in there. So you add in the chopped up pepper, the chilies that you chopped up, and all the celery as well. And this stays in the pan frying with the onions for another 2 to 3 minutes. What I then do, because it's like a production line, you never really stop with this, is you get your chicken breast and you need to chop that up. So I'm not even sure if you can see what I'm doing here actually. Let's adjust this a little bit, because you don't need to see... Hello! The one on the green, isn't it? Anyway, well, I'll move it down here so you can... What have I got an onion there for? Yeah, I think you can see this. Yeah, so just chop the chicken up into sensible bite-sized chunks. I can't determine exactly the measurements because it does depend on whether you like big, chunky bits or small ones. I tend to go for sort of fairly smallish ones, but don't go too small because then it's really hard to sort of cook it if you have it too small. So these end up being about, well, I'd say that's 2 centimetres by 2 centimetres. Because the reason you don't want to do it too small is because you obviously have to cook. It's very important that chicken is cooked thoroughly, because if you don't cook it thoroughly, you'll be ill for weeks if you get food poisoning from chicken. And that's one thing about cooking that really does terrify me, so I always make sure that my chicken is definitely cooked through. And I can hear that pop, snap, crackling and popping there. Okay, so that's done. There's no one of those skanky bits of onion there. Bye bye. I put some bad habits in this video, aren't I? So what I do with the is I don't cook these any longer. You don't want to burn them. So I just pour all of the softened vegetables into a cereal bowl or some sort of bowl, because they're just going to sit there now. I'm going to add the garlic and the ginger to that in a minute. Pan goes back onto the boil. What I actually do here, you can put oil back in, but I actually use butter. So I get this much butter. Slice of butter, that much. Put it there in the pan. So let that do its thing. Then what I do is I put the kettle on, boil a kettle of water. I can't get to it because all this camera stuff's in the way. I'm right below you at the moment, filling up the kettle with water. It all comes tumbling down. Unfortunately, that kettle's going to make a lot of noise now, which is going to be bad timing when I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to show you how I make my curry. So when this bit of butter is burnt off, you put all the chicken in, and then the next production line starts going along, which is doing something with this garlic and the ginger. So let's get this moving first. Okay, I think I've put a tad too much butter in there now, and you'll see in a minute why it's a little bit too much. You don't want it too buttery. Okay, now I always put the chicken in, and very quickly, not with a knife, very quickly I even out all the chicken so that each piece of chicken is very quickly on its own. So we don't want bits of chicken piled up on top of other bits of chicken. And also keep them all facing the same way as well. So at the moment there, make sure your pan is right in the middle as well. So every single piece of chicken now is flat and it's getting heat. You can already see that the bottoms of those are going white, so we're already sealing the bottom sides of these chickens. Now, garlics, I've just taken the skins off of these garlics. Really, you should have an extractor fan on as well, and gas it coming out of there. So I'm also a little bit fussy with my garlics as well. But I'm going to put this in the chopper now. Where's my chopper? I'll put it here as well so you can see. So I'll just chop that bit of ginger in that there. So they're all kind of that black thing there. Yeah, so you either chop up your own garlic and ginger or cheat like I do. By the time you've done that, I've noticed the chicken now is now done on one side. It's because you can see all of the whites around the edge. So all I do then is one by one turn each piece of chicken over and make sure you get every single bit of chicken. So don't lose concentration. Just focus and make sure every piece gets turned. Nobody can see it on the camera, but the undersides of these are a little bit dark, so you don't want them any darker than that, but that's definitely sealed that one side. I just touch the pan. Just make sure it's on a bit of a lower heat. It is quite easy to burn the chicken. I mean, obviously you will know which ones haven't been turned over anyway, because they are pink, and obviously pink is, you don't want pink. Do not want pink. But sometimes, last night I made a curry, the same one actually, but I had much bigger chunks. And when you have bigger chunks, let's say, bigger than this, when you have bigger chunks, it can be harder to cook them because you have to cook it all the way through. So they'll stay there now for a couple more minutes. I use this device every day and I just can't put it through. Right. Now, just before I put the garlic and ginger in, actually, what I do is, because I don't like wasting teaspoons, but I use a teaspoon to get a teaspoon of mango chutney and add in with the vegetables. And then I scrape all of the garlic and ginger from the chopper, like so. You just scrape it in with the vegetables. If you find any lumps that the chopper's missed, you can just put it on the side and just chop them, manually chop them up again with a knife. Actually, quite a lot still left in there. In fact, sometimes what you can do is just pour some wine in there. No, that doesn't work very well. Don't pour wine to get the garlic and ginger out. Right, into this chicken now. Just make sure there's no pink bits. I can see a pink bit there. But also, obviously you've got to make sure there's definitely no pink bits. But don't worry about it too much, because what we're going to do, this is still going to carry on cooking in the pan anyway for the whole time it takes to do the rice. So don't panic too much, but you have to get rid of the pink. So I then add in a teaspoon of honey into this mix. Okay. And now I'm happy with my chicken, although it's a little bit brown, so I've cooked it a little bit too much. Now you've got your chicken, your vegetables, your garlic, ginger, that's all in there together now. Okay, so let them mix and fuse together. Add a couple of drops of Tabasco and makes it a bit hotter. So now what I really want to do is to get the rice going. But this is you pour some, you put a bit of wine in the mix there. Okay, and then just let that burn off. Okay. That gives you enough time to now sort out the rice. Now, I never really know how much rice to put in, to be honest. Do you know what I do? I just pour some into a sieve like that and think, yeah, that'll be enough. But I mean, you know, what's this? 500 grams? I don't know. For no, I don't know. Sometimes you can get those little, you know, the Uncle Ben's ones that you can do in microwave in 1.5 minutes. They're normally a lot easier. And you probably need just half of one of those, you know, the big long tall packets. But I'm going for this. This takes, I think, between 12 and 14 minutes. But I always wash the rice first in cold water. Fill up your saucepan with the water from the kettle. I always fill it up nearly to the top. Get that one all fired up. No gas. I normally put a bit of olive oil in with the rice. In goes the rice. Rice is nice. What was I using this for? Oh, that smells really good. It's a shame you're not watching this in smelly vision because that does smell really, really good. Right, so now we're going to add all of these spices. Now, I normally just pour whatever I want on these, but I suppose it should actually have a measure. So, a tablespoon of garam masala goes in. But only a level tablespoon because there's quite a lot going in there. You have to lower the heat down. Level tablespoon of turmeric. Right. I don't want to. I'm worried now the whole thing's just going to pour out, so I'm just going to. My turmeric is stuck, and I just spilled turmeric everywhere. Right, there we go. So let's pretend that's right. Now I'm going to put it on lower heat now because I can. Turmeric's on fire. Put it on a lower heat now because I can hear that. things are getting a little heated in the pan. You know, you don't want to hear that kind of sizzling sound, you know. So, okay, a level teaspoon of this chili powder goes in. Coriander, a bit less of that, maybe just sort of half a teaspoon of the coriander. I know I said a whole one there, but you know. And a bit of parsley, just a tiny few figs of the parsley. Right. And then just mix it all around. It's going to look, I mean, I don't know how well you can see that, but it does look very dry at this point. And some people actually like it just like this. And I think they class this as chicken tikka. And then I think the masala bit is when you've got like the sauce with it, because actually that looks really, really nice. I am, not today, I am going to try that. I don't know how well you can see. In fact, can I disconnect this? Looks magnificent, doesn't it? Even if I do say so myself. Right, are we all back in the same place? Yes. Remember to drink wine. No, I forgot to look at the time. Right, so now what we need to do, that needs to have some liquid added to it before it will start getting dry and burning. So I just keep this moving around, but then what I do then, passata. I have some. So I use half of one of these tubs of passata. This one here is 390 grams. So about 200 grams of passata, or you can have half a tin of chopped tomatoes. I've gone off of chopped tomatoes. I always used to have the chopped tomatoes, but again, going back to my little funny things of scooping out little bits of onion and garlic I don't like. I don't really like the chunky bits of the tomatoes. This passata here is very, very smooth. There's no bits in it, but it's a thick texture. So in goes your half a tub of passata. Straight away I stir it around so that it's fusing. Make sure the heat is actually on. There's not actually much left to go, to be honest. A squirt of tomato puree. So if you were to measure it, that's probably a tablespoon. And then mix that in. And then the final thing that I do is I just add a little bit of double cream. I don't know what a measure would be. It could be a tablespoon, a teaspoon. Yeah, I'd say a teaspoon. What that does is it lightens up it lightens up the sauce, so it looks a bit creamy. But you don't want to put too much on. I mean, if you like a korma style curry, then sure, go for it, put loads in. But the thing is as well, is it, you know, if you put more than that teaspoon of cream in, it's going to taste very creamy, like a korma. You know, this ought to be more of a tikka masala or a jalfrezi. I can smell the cream. Stop all over my hands. I have to quickly wash my hands. Now, I did say before about keep some corn flour handy in case you need to thicken it up. Let me just disconnect you. So this is how it currently looks, and it's of a perfect thickness. You can see sort of down here it's a little bit liquidy, but as we've still got another 3 minutes on the rice, you know, this will thicken up. But you can always, if you do think it's a bit liquidy, you can always just add a little bit of corn flour into it, which will thicken the sauce up. Because it's a bit annoying when it's still left liquidy. Like, let's say I put too much wine in it or too much cream, you know, and if you serve it on a plate and it's all liquidy and it runs into the rice, it's horrible. So yeah, just thicken it up with some corn flour if you need to. That better have recorded. Right, there's a bit left there. Right, opportunity to start tidying up. Put my chopper away. remember to. I've just turmericed the rice, but that's okay. I hope you can see that. But I used a turmeric spoon, and now all the rice has gone yellow. Well, certainly the water that it's boiling in has gone quite yellow. It's quite funny. So keep that moving. So this is the opportunity now to tidy up, and you're in the last few minutes. So load the dishwasher up. Smash the dishwasher up. Chocolate stuff goes in there well. Add a bit of salt and pepper to the mix. Give it a good stir. So what's happened here at the moment is I left the heat up a little bit on this. Really, I mean, I've got it on the smallest range. Just have it on the smallest range. You're only simmering it. And now it's gone a little bit dry, so you can add. So the corn flour is obviously, if you've left it too liquidy, and if you've dried it out like I have a little bit, you can just add a little bit of wine or cold water, just normal cold water from the tap, just to bring back a bit of liquidness to it. But don't ever put too much in, because you can then be in a situation you keep balancing it like this. Oh, I need corn flour, I need water, and then you have a big bowl of corn floury water. Side the pan. Oh, yellow rice. It's like I'm boiling the rice in orange juice. Right, so with the plate ready, get the sieve ready. So I'll just disconnect you again. This time without pressing any of the bloody buttons. So yeah, this is how it looks. And as you can see, or hopefully you can see, because I turmericed the rice, it's all yellow. That's because I use this spoon with a load of turmeric on it. I wonder what that will taste like. Lesson for you guys watching: don't do it until I've eaten this. No, it's one of the main ingredients anyway, so it won't make any difference to the taste. Right, so my timer tells me that the rice is done. Let me just double check now, make sure you can see. Yeah, as long as it comes, you can see it's boiling off a bit and it's nice and soft, and you're okay. So yeah, we are good. So let's sieve this off. Switch that noisy bloody machine off. Yellow. I made far too much. Yes, and as you can see, hopefully you can see bits of turmeric all over the hob. Okay. So, maybe I'll turn that light off. I take your yellow rice. Yeah, it looks more yellow on that. Take your yellow rice, pour it on your plate. Do I want to use all of it? Oh, go on then. I really should actually start measuring my portions of rice. Not really a very good teacher, am I? Then, using a, whatever you call this thing, scoop of some sort. I don't use it, but so I always move the rice to the outside. Scrape everything outside of the out of the pan, because you know you want it on your plate, not in the pan, because you're going to have to put it in the dishwasher. So it goes on your plate. And there we have it. Apart from the yellow rice, there we have it. Chicken tikka masala for one. I'm counting 41 minutes. Okay, I said 30. I lied. Enjoy with a glass of wine, and thank you for watching.